Alright, guys. It's time for the toss-up. Go ahead. What's the question? Where are we at? What's going on?
Big news in the NFL this week. Huge. They're calling the biggest trade at the trade deadline in a long time. Carson Palmer comes out of retirement to get traded to the Oakland Raiders. I'm pumped. For a first-round pick in this draft and a second-round pick in this draft.
First round in this year, second round in next year.
That's correct. Oh, that's my bad. All right.
First round this year, second round next year. So that means the Raiders have
no first, no second, no third, no fourth, no fifth draft pick in 2012. That means their first pick will not be until the 6th round. Al Davis could have it the other way.
Now, there has been talk about, since they lost Austin Waugh, they get compensatory picks or whatever. I mean, I don't know how it works. Merrill Hodge and Teddy Bruschi know how that works.
Well, they're
geniuses and they know everything. So they know how that works. I don't really understand how that works, but I mean, they have that in their back pocket. I mean, if they really need to fill positions, but they put a lot of stock into Carson Palmer. So the toss-up for this week
is who does this trade benefit more? Does it benefit the Bengals for getting the draft picks, or does this benefit the Raiders for getting Carson Palmer?
For getting a guy that used to be, still is, put up 4,000 yards a season, throw 20 touchdowns a season. You'll get that out of Carson Palmer. Is it worth it, though, for what you gave up? Toss up, who made out better, Bengals or the Raiders?
I'm going to go with the Raiders on this one. They really haven't had a true quarterback since
Rich Gannon.
Pretty much. And I think he's going to help out these young receivers. He's got a lot of young kids he can work with, molding the really great receivers from Hayward Bay to Lewis Murphy to Kevin Boss. And for once, he has a running game in his career. He has a running game. Darren McFadden. What's the complaint about that?
Now let me tell you why the Bengals won. The Bengals could have got a 7th round pick and would have made out better. Because let me tell you what the Bengals get rid of. A $50 million contract. A retired quarterback who did not offer a single thing to the Bengals since he announced his retirement. They could have got a 7th round pick and made out better. The Raiders lose 2 picks and pick up a huge contract, and what they gain is completely up in the air. They lost things. They lost picks. What did the Bengals lose? The Bengals lost absolutely nothing.
This is true.
That is why they come out on top. And they didn't come out with a 7th round pick. They came out with a 1st round pick and potentially a 2nd round pick next year. To already a solid young team. I mean, you need young talent and you need to build it because, as we've mentioned before, the Steelers are getting old. The Ravens' defense isn't going to last forever. The Bengals and the Browns...
Ray Lewis lasts for centuries.
Well, I'd like him to. But the Bengals and the Browns are going to... I mean, if the
Tides are going to turn in about 2 to 3 years.
If the Browns don't continue to make stupid moves, like there was rumors they were trading Peyton Hillis. You can't do those things if you want to compete in this division. But if they don't make stupid moves like that, and the Bengals can actually utilize these draft picks, this will...
Utilize? Big words.
Yeah. I know that's what happens when you go to college and you study books, book learning.
I do shoe learning.
Well, that's fine. But the toss-up, who are you taking? You're taking the Raiders, I'm taking the Bengals.
We're mixed up on this one.
I want it to work out for the Raiders.
I think it's going to work out, honestly, for both teams. Honestly, Andy Dalton and A.J. Green are already turning into probably one of the best rookie quarterback receiver tandems in NFL in a long time. And now you just give those draft picks for the build Andy Dalton's offense. He could draft a running back next year for this. I mean, he could draft a new wide receiver and get another guy.
The thing that's not getting talked about in this is poor Jason Campbell. He was leading this team to the playoffs, and he gets hurt, and now
God smited him and said no.
This was his resurrection. This was his second chance at an NFL career, and he was making the absolute most of it. Goes down with an injury, and now he's lost his job.
In the latter years of Al Davis's career, We all used to make jokes.
This is a movie. This is a movie he would have made.
Even though we love him, we did make jokes and said Al Davis, when he's gone, things will probably get better in Oakland. He's gone.
I don't think things are getting better.
Things got better in Oakland.
No.
Yeah.
This is the exact same move Al Davis would have made. Yes.
Close. No, he just would have did it for...
I guarantee you that Al Davis had discussed the potential of getting Carson Palmer before he died.
I'll tell you this. Carson Palmer wasn't their first target. David Garrard was their first target, but he was injured. Would you rather have taken David Garrard over Carson Palmer?
I would have neither of them.
Then who would you take?
Brett Favre.
They don't forget to do that. I'm taking Kurt Warner.
Yes, I would rather have him too. He could have come to the Raiders and won a Super Bowl there.
Rich game. I think this
Carson Palmer, when he blew out his knee, it hurt him. It hurt him mentally.
You can't compare his last year's statistics. He didn't want to be there.
Not last year. The year before. The year before that. And the year before that. How many playoff games does Carson Palmer have victories in? Tell me. I think he has one. I think the year that they played the Steelers, the year he hurt his knee, they had won a playoff game, played the Steelers, blew out his knee, and he hasn't been the same. And then he hurt his arm.
Yeah.
He can't recover from the injuries. He can't recover mentally. He hasn't been in football for half a year. I mean, I know he's excited about going there. He's familiar with the coaching staff, and I mean, it's a good fit. It's California. I mean,
if you don't think he should start, then what do you do?
He shouldn't start right now. You give him at least a week for.
But look who's on your. What are you gonna? Kyle Bowler, Terrell Pryor.
I put Kyle Bowler in.
Kyle, I ought to been a bowler.
Yeah, well that's fine. Carson, I haven't played for 7 months. Palmer. I haven't palmered a ball in 7 months. All right. What do you want to do?
They should put in Terrell. I was good prior to all this bullcrap that happened with me in NCAA.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many nicknames. And so
Terrell Richard Pryor. Terrell Richard Pryor.
And so many things that could happen for either side. I mean, you can't argue that the Bengals didn't make out better.
This is true.
Because they gave nothing away and got something. The Raiders gave a lot away, and they might have got a little, they might have got a lot. But in the end, the best the Raiders can do is break even and have him win games.
Or he wins a Super Bowl.
Which would still be pretty much breaking even. They gave away an entire future for a present. He has to win a Super Bowl. The Bengals gave away nothing for future. You know, the Bengals, they made out better.
It's a tough topic. I mean, it's really hard to pick a winner in this one in my book. I mean...
We'll have to wait and see, like always with all these trades that happen all the time.
Every sport.
You just gotta wait and see.
Next you know, Carson Palmer can go out the first play of the game, someone tackles him wrong.
Yeah, he can get hurt too.
Leg goes and snaps, and he's done.
And then what happens? See,
you just
blew all that. That's why the Bengals
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from.
The Bengals' first-round pick can't blow its knee out next week. You know?
It can at the combine.
So it can't, it can't after the combine.
Can't when they draft him, it
can't,
trips and falls during the draft, walking on stage and destroys his MCL and ACL and is there a TCL? I think there is. We'll go with that one.
PCL. But we're gonna go ahead and do our hot button here then too. Make sure you watch all our other stuff.
I'm mad
that we got going up. I'm kind of mad too. I really think that there's a conspiracy going on, a greater conspiracy. You're just mad, just in general. I think there is a genuine conspiracy going on here.
Here we go, conspiracies.
So,
he had conspiracies last week. He has conspiracies this week. But you won't know what this week's is until you watch the hot button.
So make sure you watch it.